Hi, I'm Alex, and this is how I went from unemployed to selling over £500,000 worth of goods in just 2 years. And do you know what's crazy? It could have easily been double that. I had Amazon selling account incorrectly deactivated twice, and I didn't do a day's work in 3 months due to illness. But despite this, I earn enough money each and every month to provide for my family. I've documented my entire journey on Twitter, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's way easier for me to talk about the negatives than the positives because I'm honestly just not the type of guy to blow my own trumpet. However, I do get asked for help and advice all the time, and this is exactly why I've started this channel. I've been through way more than most of your friendly neighborhood gurus, and honestly, my story can inspire everyone, but especially young budding entrepreneurs. So, who am I? I'm Alex. I had a good upbringing. I did well at school. I went off to university. I graduated with a 2-1 in civil engineering, and I walked into a very decent job. I worked my way up the ladder. I did a series of different roles. I even became a national manager at one point. Life was good. I was earning well, but something was missing. In 2019, I decided to quit my job and go traveling with my wife for 12 months. Remember that date? It's important because 10.5 months into traveling, the pandemic hit and we were stuck on the other side of the world. To begin with, it was really fun, I can't lie, but then reality hit. We managed to get a flight home with the last of our savings, but then there I was, jobless and in a world that was no longer hiring. I got busy doing up a flat I own. I was able to refinance it, I was able to rent it out, but then the housing market went mental and I was back to having no job and earning no money. And that's when I found Amazon FBA. And after doing lots and lots and lots of research, I took my last 5k and dove straight in, and I haven't looked back since. So I invested 5k into stock and I've sold £500,000 worth. Not quite. That's the basics, yes, but of course it takes a lot more than that. There's so much to learn when selling on Amazon, but fortunately there's some softwares out there that are available to help you. So what was my journey to success? Once I opened my Amazon seller account, I then invested in 2 critical pieces of software, Seller Amp and Keeper. Once I'd learned how to use those softwares, I wanted to scale quickly. I hired a sourcing VA to find me products to sell, and then I hired a prep center that packed my products and sent them into Amazon for me. Whilst I was fully immersed in all processes at the beginning, it is fully possible to run this business not finding a single product and never even touching it. I was 6 months in, scaling nicely, starting to make a few £100 profit a month, and then disaster struck. My account was deactivated. This is every seller's worst nightmare. It was incredibly stressful. It deserves a whole separate video on its own, but here it is in a nutshell. Amazon close your account, they stop you selling, they keep your stock, they keep your money. After 8 long, painful weeks, I managed to get my account open again and back to selling. Not only did it stunt my growth though, it completely decimated my progress. Selling on Amazon runs in cycles and it took time to recover, but I was never going to be beaten. I was my own boss. I found a business model I loved and I could really see the potential. The next 6 months were great. I scaled beautifully, results were soaring, and I was hitting almost £10,000 profit a month. This was insane. Way more money than I'd ever earned doing a 9 to 5. I officially became a 6-figure seller, and in the next 12 months, I was determined to become a 7-figure seller. That was until disaster struck again. Account deactivation number 2. Again, a whole nother video is required on that one. But for the second time, my selling privileges have been revoked entirely due to an error on Amazon's side. This time it only took me 6 weeks to get my account back and selling again. However, this time the damage was huge. Selling at scale requires huge overheads. And with huge overheads, every day you're not selling, you're incurring more and more costs. These overheads were becoming very detrimental to my business. Once again though, nothing was going to deter me from making this business a success. I was making more money than in my 9 to 5. I'm my own boss. And I'm not location dependent. For example, last summer we travelled around Europe for 2 months. This video itself is coming from an apartment in Eastern Europe and I've not been home for 3 months. This is an incredible business, but it's not all rainbows and unicorns like some people will make you believe. But I've essentially built this business from the ground up 3 times now, and I'm still making a full-time income from it. This became ever so important at the back end of last year when I fell ill and I wasn't able to work for 3 months. I know, another sob story, but my point is this: whilst I wasn't working, the business kept on running, I kept on earning money, and I didn't have to rush back to work. Another huge win for this business model. Fast forward 9 months and I've opened a VA agency with a business partner. I'm starting this YouTube channel and I've got a few other business opportunities in the pipeline. So that's it. That's my story of my journey from unemployment to completely supporting my family through Amazon FBA. I hope my story has inspired people to do the same. I hope my experiences and lessons I've learned can help guide you on your own path to success. Success isn't a straight path. There's twists, turns and obstacles. But every one you overcome brings you closer to your goal. If you enjoyed my story and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Please feel free to leave any questions or comments down below. I love hearing from you guys and I'll do my best to get back to each and every one of you. Thank you for watching.